Hello, you guys. Hello. Welcome to the First Cup. My name is Sonia McCullough Lockridge, and I am your host. And it is Sunday, February 20th, 2022, and I'm having my first cup of coffee on this Sunday with you. Oh, it's tasty. Very, very tasty. I was running late for church this morning, as I have been lately. So I did not have my first cup of coffee this morning. So I decided to wait and have my first cup of coffee with you, per the norm. But it's a special day, so we also have a plate of oatmeal raisin cookies. Cookies and coffee on this Sunday afternoon as we talk about our newest read. And our newest read is The Friendship of Women. The Friendship of Women by D. Burns. Is it D? By D. Bernstein. Yes, The Friendship of Women. And this is the newest edition. This is not the early edition of this book, but it is the newest edition. And this is the one that she edited as a grandmother. So, yeah. So this is not the early one from let me see, when she first published it. Interesting enough, let's see. Okay, I'm not exactly when she actually published it originally. It looks like 1988 was the first publishing of this book, The Friendship of Women. Now, it has 13 chapters, so it's going to at least take us 13 weeks and probably more because these chapters appear to be pretty darn meaty. Yes, the first chapter is right at 36 pages. It has some reflection questions at the end of each chapter. And there is also a Bible study by the same name and author D. So I'm excited to share this reading with you. And I hope and pray that we learn something about friendships that we didn't already know. But before we can get started on that, we need to take some time and reflect on friendships that have gone badly or went sideways or whatever. You know, as women, we don't always end on good terms. The book talks about seasonal friendships, perennial friendships, and annual friendships. So it is a very, very good read. I am looking forward to it as I flip through it. It appears to be a good read. Let me just restate that. It appears to be a good read. And actually, a friend of mine had recommended this book to me many years ago, and I did not have a chance to read it. So, before we can talk about friendships, though, I believe in regards to women in friendships. Oh, and this is the title that Priscilla Shirer has written the foreword to. So there's that as well. But before we can talk about friendships among women, we likely need to go to the land of forgiveness. We need to go to the land of forgiveness in regards to women that we may have hurt or women that have gotten hurt in relationships with us, in biblical friendships. And so we need to visit ourselves and reflect on who we might need to forgive in regards to biblical friendships before we launch on this study of friendships among women. Excuse me. So, the next thing we need to do, I believe, is to forgive ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves where we have fallen short and realize that we still have time. We still have time to align our lives with the Word of God in relation to friendship among women. And the Bible is the best place to start and study in regards to friendships with women. Because we have friendships, we have mentorships, we have sisterships. There's a whole lot of ground to cover when it comes to friendships of women. So, of course, I have titled this what I would title this if I were writing a book, and I don't have that note in front of me, but the title that you see on this video is the title that I've prayed over and worked through for several days to come up with the title. So I look forward to beginning reading this work with you this week. Tomorrow, actually, will be our first coffee date for the first cup as we read this book by Dee. And we're going to stick it out and learn something about women and friendships from the Word of God as we approach Women's History Month for 2022. We're going to learn something. I don't know. I haven't read the book, but we are going to learn something. So, let me just read the what it says on the back cover. It's time for women to once again journey through life closely connected to other women. Let this remarkable roadmap be your guide. That's a quote from Shannon Etheridge in regards to this particular book. And the back cover also reads, in the midst of deadlines, carpools, and breakfast dishes, it can be tempting to push aside your longing for intimate friendship. Why add something else to your schedule and be hurt or disappointed again? Yet it seems that even in the busyness and struggles of life, we cannot ignore our ache to know kindred spirits. Now, what Dee has done since she first wrote the book, The Friendship of Women, is she has, as a grandmother, she has gone in and edited this particular work in regards to cyberspace. Well, now we not only have cyberspace, but we have the COVID pandemic to cause us to be fearful of friendship with women. So this is one reason why I personally believe this is a special time and point where we need to look at biblical friendships among women. And so I joy to begin this reading with you. And I know I'm going to have some crazy takeaways that I will share with you over the coming weeks. As March approaches, as Women's History Month approaches, we will be in the midst of this reading. Because like I say, it's 13 chapters, so that's at least 13 days. And maybe even more, depending on how meaty the chapters are. So I welcome you to join me here most days during the week and possibly on the weekends. If you will subscribe, then you will be notified each time I upload a video in regards to the friendship of women. And I will be titling this video something else. I think it's something about cultivating the company of women is what I would call it if I were to write a book in regards to friendships. So, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the first cup. Well, where I will have read and have some thoughts on chapter 1, or let's just say the introduction. At that point in time, I will have some thoughts on the introduction of this book, which is written by Priscilla Schreier, and possibly chapter 1. So join me here on the First Cup for my thoughts on this particular nonfiction book, The Friendship of Women, which I have titled Cultivating the Company of Women. This is Sonia McCullough Lockridge signing out for The First Cup. Be blessed in the Lord today and read a book. Thank you.